I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
G'day, I'm Scott Gibbons and this is the RV Show, and together we're going to see Australia through the eyes of the radio.
I've been here, there, everywhere.
This is the RV Show. G'day and welcome to the RV Show. I'm Scott Gibbons. It is so good to have you with us. This show is brought to you by Camper Act, camperact.com.au, Tyre Power, tyrepower.com.au, polarisgps.com.au, and of course, ecopot.com.au. And Jaclyn Bold is going to be telling us how to stay warm during winter. She's going to give us some really good hints. We're going to do an outback tour. We're going to learn some illegal mods not to do them, and we're going to have some fun times up in the Hunter Valley. So if you're ready, fasten that seatbelt. This is the RV Show.
I've been here, there, everywhere.
This is the RV Show. Hi, g'day, it's Scott, and this is the RV Show. Now, on the phone, we have a very special friend of the show. This is Jaclyn Bold from Bold TCRC. They do all the caravan repairs. They are amazing people. But one of the things I was talking to Jaclyn about was winter's coming on. I mean, I know we're in hot temperature in Sydney at the moment, but winter is coming on. And with that, what sort of relief can we do? What sort of things can we do? So say g'day, Jaclyn.
Hi, Scott. Hi, everyone.
Now, tell us, what sort of things can we do to stay warm with the seasons changing?
Look, there's some really simple and completely budget-friendly things we can do, right through to powered-up solutions. So the easiest non-powered budget-friendly options we can do is a good wool doona, good blankets, thermal underwear, hot water bottles, and seal up any drafts that are coming in through the van. You know, cover up those vents if need be, and around the door, put a good old door stop underneath. Still works in a caravan.
The old sausage.
The old sausage dog. You know, it might be a little bit long. Just fold it back over on itself.
Yeah, that's good. That's clever. So we get the blanket, we get the doona, we get all those things, the thermal underwear, the hot water bottle. And
hot
then,
water bottle, if you've got enough power and water to do so. You don't need to throw that water out at the end. You know, you can put it back in the pan and re-boil it up the next day and pop it back in. But little things like that, very, very budget friendly.
Clever. All right, now let's adjust the budget a little. What's the next step?
Yep. Then we move up to gas, diesel, electric heaters and reverse cycle air conditioners. So probably the next most popular one would be gas heaters.
Yeah.
They're very efficient at heating the van, both when you're at a caravan park and when you're free camping. And they're quite compact units. They typically will fit under the bed or under a seat, and they're ducted. They run on 12-volt power. They do require a gas supply, but they typically will use the same gas. Well, not typically, they do. They do use the same gas bottles that are on the caravan. So you don't need an extra supply of gas for them. It does need to be fitted by a licensed gas fitter, but they can be fitted as an aftermarket item. So if you don't have a heater in the van now and you desperately want to be warm and toasty,
right,
a gas heater is a really good one to go and look at.
Now, what sort of size are we talking about as far as, you know, is it the size of a Coca-Cola bottle? Is it the size of a case of beer? What sort of size?
Depending on the brand, they do vary in size, but let's go on average a little bit bigger than a six-pack.
About a six-pack? Yeah, that's good.
You know, in the sizing of what might fit, you know, the unit itself, and then you've got some ducting.
Yep. Good.
Very compact. You know, you don't need a lot of space.
All right. So then we go diesel?
Diesel heaters would be the next ones. They run on 12-volt power, and you do need to have diesel fuel to run them. So it can be very easy to carry diesel fuel with you in your jerry can. Top it up as required. You do need to remember that diesel is a dirty fuel with a strong smell. They can be a little bit more noisy, and you do need to do routine maintenance and cleaning on the diesel heater. But they are another great solution for if you're going to be off-grid.
Yeah.
A lot of them have an auto shutdown function to stop the unit from overheating, which is great as well.
Yeah.
Probably the most common diesel heater we would see would be the Webasto.
Right.
Which is a great European brand, and they have all the cut-offs and shut-offs to the point that you can even now get them with a remote control.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and you can preset them, so you can sometimes some of them you can set and say, like turn on at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And run for an hour to make the caravan warm before I get up to make my coffee.
Makes sense.
Yeah, there's some really clever parts to them. technology in both the diesel and the gas heaters is rapidly increasing. But for some people, running diesel is a better solution. I say have a think about what fuels you are already carrying on your caravan.
Yeah.
And the locations that you'd like to caravan at. Because some locations, diesel is cheaper than gas and vice versa.
Right.
So if you particularly have a favourite spot that you go to regularly, but maybe diesel is insanely pricey, gas compared to the gas, a gas heater might be better for you.
Right.
But if it's in reverse, it might be worth investing in a diesel heater.
There you go. All right. Now, what's a third choice?
The good old portable electric heater. The little fan blow heaters that a lot of people, take into the bathroom in the middle of winter to make showering a little bit, nicer. You can use those in your caravan.
Yeah.
But keeping in mind that they are a 240-volt heater.
Yes.
So you need to be able to plug into mains power at a caravan park to use them. It's not really an off-grid kind of heater.
No.
And not all caravan parks have enough power supply to each caravan site to sustain running the portable heater on a high heat.
Yeah, well, you tend to have two heats, don't you? Have 1,000 watt and 2,000 watt. So if you leave it on the 1,000 watt, then
might be okay.
That's going to be maybe.
They like kettles and hairdryers. Those cheap and cheerful, $50 at the supermarket style portable electric heaters.
Yeah.
Do put a lot of drain on the power source.
Yes. Yeah, so don't run your hairdryer and
find floor space or bench space to put it on, which in some caravans is a little bit difficult. And you would definitely, if you're going that way, want to make sure you have one that has an auto cut-off if it knocks over.
Yes.
Because you wouldn't want the kids or yourself in the middle of the night if you're heading off to the amenities block. Or, maybe you've got your pet with you, accidentally knocking it over.
That's a good thought.
You don't want to have any fire hazards.
That's a good thought. Good thought. But you can also get those little portable timers, and maybe that plugs itself on at 4 a.m. as well. It just warms the van up.
But again, you need to be very careful of the power draw.
Yes. Yeah, so don't run your kettle at the same time. Don't run your hairdryer at the same time.
I would actually never use a plug-in electric heater on a timer that went into the power point first, because you should actually never use an electric heater plugged into a power board or power socket. Like a adapter socket of any sort. It should be directly into the mains power socket.
Aren't you clever? That's good advice. See,
Again,
Jaclyn Bold, you are full of good advice. That's excellent.
Safety first, and then the sort of I'm going to say the bee's knees, but really the all-in-one solution for cooling and heating is a reverse cycle air conditioner. So they're usually factory fitted to the roof, because of really large cavities required to be built in and reinforced to put them in at manufacture. So that's a really great solution. It's because it's not always possible to retrofit a reverse cycle air conditioner to an older caravan.
Right. Okay.
You can't just go, I'm going to cut a hole out and put it in. It doesn't work that way. The roof, more times than not, doesn't have enough support in it to hold the weight of the reverse cycle air conditioner, because the roof structure wasn't built at the time the caravan was built to hold the weight of the aircon. Exactly. There's lots of different units on the market, lots of different ways to use it. Yeah. But you still require a 240-volt power supply
to kickstart it
in the installation process as well for them.
Yeah, good.
Great if you frequent caravan parks and book a powered site. It's a really great option because they're specifically made for caravans. Yeah. So they're made to understand the power draw capabilities of caravans.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of people now that are having a bulk of solar put on their roof, and then they get another thing that'll kickstart it.
Correct. There's so many different ways to set up the whole power system of a caravan, which is a whole exciting conversation on its own. But yeah, so things like that, you do need a licensed electrician to install the wiring for a reverse cycle air conditioner, but we do get some people that ring and they're very gun-ho that they're going to DIY the whole lot themselves. You do still need to have a licensed electrician wire that up.
Yes. And
the other thing to keep in mind is the older ones will be a little bit noisy, but the new technology in the new air conditioners, some of them are really, really quiet. They're quite lovely.
Yes.
A lot of repairers can swap out the old units for the current units. Current units are made in a range of sizes that fit the same dimensions of the old units because at some point they eventually give up the ghost and have to be replaced. So it is very possible. We do get a lot of people who replace the old noisy units with the new units. And when I say old, we're talking only 5 or 6 years ago. The technology that is in the air conditioner now, reverse cycle air conditioner for a caravan, has probably gone through 2 iterations of change in the last 5 years.
Yes.
It's really quick in its development. So they are much more efficient, use less power, heat more effectively and cool more effectively, and are incredibly far quieter than they used to be.
Well, you are fabulous, Jaclyn Bold. Thank you so much for your information. I look forward to our next chat already.
My pleasure. For everyone out there travelling, I hope that helps you stay warm and toasty this winter.
I reckon it will. I still love the hot water bottle regardless.
Yes, always a good one. Great on the toes.
Good on you, Jaclyn.
Thanks, Scott.
I'll find a song for you now.
Fantastic.
Thanks,
Bye.
Jaclyn. That's Jaclyn Bold from Bold TCRC. Friend of the show, she is really good. If you've got a question, you can always ask me the question. I can pass it through to her and try and find the answer for you. So here we go. We're going to play that song that I promised you for Jaclyn. Here we go now.